Why, hello there. It is me, Chris, here at Shake the Box, and we're going to talk about Rift Wizard 2. In particular, I'm going to do a run of Rift Wizard 2. It's a very specific run, but it's kind of a variation on a run we've done here on the primary channel in the past. You'll see as we get to it. We're also going to talk about the differences between 1 and 2, and kind of just get into the game a little bit. Because I love Rift Wizard, I love Rift Wizard 2. So let's hop on in there, shall we? Boop. Welcome back once again, Wizard, to the ruins of the universe. Eons passed while you slumbered. You sleptwalk across many worlds. Weep for Avalon, O lonely old wizard. Love and beauty transmuted to chaos and ruin. Your beloved Avalon, and you, her loyal servant as well. Once a great wizard, your memories and magics have faded. Now a thirst for revenge awakens you. The dark wizard Mordred is nearby. Regain your power. Slay Mordred. Vengeance for Avalon. So very similar to the first game there, but kind of implies we're stuck in some sort of horrible time loop, cursed to fight Mordred forever and ever. So the first big change you're going to notice is there's only 2 spell point orbs. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. Now, the second change, of course, there's new spells, including my new favorite, Summon Wizard, Shadow Money Wizard Gang for life. We're only going to be taking 2 spells, and they're both returning spells. But that's kind of the point. I want to talk about changes to what's familiar, while we also discuss what's new. And I'm not going to take any of the... none of these level 1 spells, because part of the challenge is it's a level 2 spell. So I got to make a beeline for this spell point orb. Alright, I got it. I'm going to take Fan of Flame. And just bango bango there, and then bingo bango here. Channel it, because channeling is for winners. And there we go, we have our first spell, Fan of Flames. 1 of 2 spells. Now, on to the next real big change. Look at that. Again, only 2 spell point orbs, and that's because, while the original game had 3 on every single floor, this game will have 2 on some floors, and then you move up to 3, and then you move up to 4, and then you move up to 5. It ramps up. The number of orbs you get ramps up as you ramp up in power, and I really like it. It works out very well. The pacing, I think, is superior. The next big change is Exotic Pet Shop there. That's right, you basically have a choice on every floor between a Ruby Heart or something that's going to improve your power in a different way. You can improve your health here with a Ruby Heart, or you can improve your power overall by having an exotic pet. They will spawn with you on every level. Doesn't matter if they die, they'll just come back on the next floor. And they always have various keywords attached to them, making them more powerful than your average minion. And then we have a staff chest. And there's other items too that we're going to talk about as we go. Let's take a moment to look at a pet and discuss them real fast. An Infernal Iron Imp, so it gets the keyword Infernal in front there, which gives it a Chaos Fireball and a bunch of other stat adjustments. It will spawn imps on death. It's an imp full of imps. A Metallic Rockworm, a new enemy. It has burrowing, it could walk through walls. Horrible. Love them. This one's metallic, you're familiar with that one. And a Frost Spew Ice Lizard, which just means it's an ice lizard, but it's kind of a improved ice lizard. It has an ice ball. These little bastards will freeze you. Even if they're your friends, you will get caught in the crossfire. You'll get caught up in the crossfire. Anyway, the real exciting stuff for me is equipment. So this is a chest of staves. Whenever you cast fire or holy magic and it damages someone, that enemy will receive a debuff of -25 resistance to fire and holy. That's alright. The Draken Staff. If you're doing a dragon run, this is the staff for you. What we're interested in is the Sorcery Wand. Now, Sorcery Wands, and anything that is like Arcane Wand, Sorcery Wand, Enchantment Wand, but as that wand word, wands are actually randomized. We might see different variations on this one. This one, 8 minion duration, 1 more charge, 1 more range, 1 more radius. So not that great, but that keyword of range. That's another big selling point for me in this game, is you may notice all the different colors. Like, it's 8 minion duration in orange. There's a bunch of those colors. And if you see them, that means you can scale that up. So minion damage can go up. Minion duration can go up. Radius can go up. Number of summons. So if you're doing like Wolf, number of summons 1, you can make that become 2, 3, 4, 5. You could summon a bunch of wolves without even taking the wolf pack upgrade. For other summons, you won't see that. Like, if we look at my boy Bear, it don't have that number. So we can't improve the number of bears. We can improve the other numbers. It's a lot more readily available to you what you can and cannot change thanks to this new little stat color setup. And I love that. It's a lot more readable and there's a lot less mystery to what you can do. Lord knows, even now, to this day in Rift Wizard 1, there are things where I'm like, I don't understand why that didn't improve, because you would think it would. This is awesome. It makes the game just so much more, like, I understand. Readily apparent. That's good stuff. We only have 1 reroll per floor, but you always have it. You don't have to just find an item. So we're gonna use that because I want to look at more new stuff before we move on. The Crackle Darkener and Arcane Wands, like, that's all nice stuff. So Ruby Hearts or one of those things. We're gonna take a quick peek at this chest. Also, this is a level we could win super, super, super easy. And I'm all about that life. So let's think about it. Whenever an enemy takes dark damage, deal that much lightning damage to up to 2 enemy units in a 6-tile burst. Ice resistance. Arcane spells and skills get minion damage, but also damage. Damage upgrade. Also, that spells and skills thing is awesome, because again, it's a lot more readily apparent when it will adjust something else, and if you look at a skill and you see the color and the number, you know that you're buffing that with this kind of thing. Or allies deal poison damage. So none of those are particularly useful for what we're doing, so we're not going to go there. We're instead going to go to a place that has a nice little pile of things on it, so we can grow in power. Yeah, this looks quite easy for me. So, because we have Fan of Flame, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to point my Fan of Flame at the spawner, take a couple of hits while I destroy it, then I'm going to swing it around. I'm just going to channel it straight in front of me until there are no more enemies, or I have to cast it again, because channeling is awesome. So soon we'll be out of satyrs, and we'll basically be dealing with just these spawns coming up from below. These are the last 2 that aren't trickling in. So just like that, we're done. 1, 2. 1, 2. Whoops, I pressed the button like a silly guy. And perfect. Man, look at that. Still had cast left over. And did you notice the other big change? This was noticeable on the first floor, but I wanted to be more noticeable here. We got our spells back. We got our health back. You heal and get your spells back at the end of every floor. However, because of that, we're now going to find that getting potions is actually a lot more rare than it once was. See, no potions of any kind. So your health and your mana are precious resources. So something that does channeling, very, very, very valuable. You don't really have to worry as much. It also means going wide is preferable in 2. In 1, you can go very narrow. You just pop a potion when you need to. But you're going to find in a lot of runs, it's actually very beneficial to have a lot of spells. Especially because of the other big change that we're going to get into soon. Not yet. I'm going to re-roll these because I'm always looking for equipment. Arcane Frenzy, Source Winter. Those are all... I'm familiar with a lot of these at this point. And honestly, they're all good for different runs. But I know what kind of run we're doing, and none of those are going to help too much. So we're going to ignore those. And instead, we're going to take another Ruby Heart. There are spawners for fire imps, which are our natural enemy here. But I think we could handle them. Especially because, again, looking at the other locations, this has the stuff I'm most interested in. Although getting a healing potion might be worth my time. No. Despite this being filled with enemies that are counter-synergistic to our run, we're gonna handle it, because I'm gonna land on a spell point orb, and we're gonna discuss the next big change. Gonna land right here. So now I have 4 spell points. I'm gonna press C from my character sheet, and we're gonna look at Fan of Flames. So, the big change, possibly the biggest change, and I say that knowing that, like, we have equipment in the game now, is in the first game, you could take a spell and you can get every single upgrade for it, unless it was an ultimate upgrade. There's only ultimate upgrades in Rift Wizard 2. It means that if you're upgrading a spell, it's impactful and it's defining. So, Healing Hearthfire. Fan of Flames heals allies instead of damaging them. Fan of Flames also deals ice damage, and you may notice there's no stats there. That's because it literally will do a full set of fire and a full set of ice. Whatever number of fire damage you're doing, that's the number of ice damage you're doing. This doubles the damage. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is an upgrade that is a big deal. Same thing with this. If you have a lot of minions, instead of worrying about them taking damage, you could just blast through them and you heal them with that fire instead. And Wildfire. Fan of Flames gains 1 range for the next turn for each enemy unit killed. You can make your Fan of Flames massive, which is actually really cool and good for what we want to do. But because I want to do this with just 1 spell and 1 enchantment, I'm looking at a 2 spell run here. It's again a little bit of a challenge run. We're actually going to take Fan of Frostfire. That way, if we have a minion immune to fire, we could still kill them with ice damage, and vice versa. The only problem is if we run into Frostfire minions. Those are the one thing we gotta look out for. We want to avoid those guys. So I am going to take Fan of Frostfire, despite the fact that I think Wildfire would be even sweeter for what we're going to do. But you'll see. From this point forward, there's only 1 more spell and 1 more upgrade we need. And the items we're looking for, we want to find any items that are going to improve our range on fire or sorcery spells. We want to find anything that's going to let us re-deal fire or ice damage, or sorcery damage, into another damage type. We just want to improve range and damage. And I think you'll be quite pleased with the results. So let's use our Frostfire on the spawner, going down toward that little corridor. That way, we also take out 2 enemies, swing our cone over, take out these 2, swing our cone over, take out that guy. Now, this is a Boggart spawner. I would rather take out the Fire Imp spawner first. So I'm just going to start walking. And if we just train a bunch of dudes behind us, all the better. So we're going to take out the huge crowd first. Then we'll spin around and channel for a mere 2 turns. Pivot. I'm just going to channel because I assume people are going to walk into the cone. And we're good. We have 11 more casts, which we don't even need. You know, I'm just going to take a step forward. Alas, again, range is all we really want to upgrade. The more range, the better. Collect my spoils here. We have only the 1 spell point. Taking a look. Exotic pets might be a good idea, but for this particular run, probably not. And we're not going to look at every item, but I hope you get excited when you see stuff like an eye helm with a big old eye on top, or Scepter of Mischief. Let your imagination run wild. There's a lot of fun stuff in here. Silken Links, Arcane Shield, nope. Fiery Claws. That's only minion damage, so not what we're looking for. And as a quick little breakdown, you could basically figure a lot of things out by going with the word A, word B system. Claw sounds like something an animal companion would use, so assume minion damage in some capacity, either percentage or flat. And then Fiery Sources, Electric, Conjured, Living. Those are your schools of magic. Easy system for quick identification as you're learning the game. So I don't actually want any of this. Not a one. So we're going for another Ruby Heart. Or if we find portal keys, just so we can improve the odds we find stuff we want later on. But this is a nice bonus. We're getting a nice health potion, which is something I do want in my collection here. Displacers are super easy. We're doing ice damage now, so fire lizards are a joke. So I think we're going to start down here to take out one spawner. Can I hit both of you? If I do this, the answer is yes. Pivot! That's 2 spawners down. Gonna keep channeling just so I pass turns. I was hoping that guy would be behind me. A little rude of him. Alright, once again, if we just keep doing this, it's a nice, easy way to thin the hordes. Choke points are our friend for the first half of this run. Alright, at this point we're down to new spawns. Still got 10 casts. Damage is not really something we're going to worry about too much because these guys don't do that much. I'll channel for a couple turns to take him out. Shove my face into this corner. Keep channeling because it looks like he's going to come into the choke point. Yep, dum-dum. Bingo bango. 4 casts. I would love to do this without needing to drink a potion. Well, you know what? Just gonna take care of it. Done. That Oculus will be very funny later. I'm looking forward to that. 3 spell points. I need 1 more for the next spell, and I believe 3 more after that for the upgrade. So 7's the magic number for us. Glassy Face Staff, Lightning Wand. Nope. Translocation Boots, Devil Thorn, Winter Sting. No. Let's re-roll. Come on, baby. Big money, big money. Don't want any of those spells, but Psychic Seedling's one of my favorites. And I don't want a pet. So it looks like it's just more fun for me. Now this guy, he's our first proper problem. But not that much of a problem. Largely because I have a golden stopwatch, and I will just erase him from existence. What I might do... I am considering that key, because I would like to try and reroll. But either way, we have a wizard we're going to fight. Glassmaster's just... he's the scarier one, because he can glassify us with his orb. But an easy solution is we're just going to go ahead and pop a Chaos Spell to start. Where's that orb going? Oh, right at me. Amazing. Wonder how quickly I can round the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're gonna make a run for it. While he fights a bunch of other losers. I was hoping the glass dude would get into a few more fights. Alas, he chose not to, which is kind of rude of him, honestly. I might end up using my teleporter just to deal with the problem. Or, yeah, we could funnel him into a place where he has no choice but to come and fight me. Like, he's only able to do this right now because he has line of sight on me. If we're standing up here, he has to come into this corridor. And that's where we win. Like, good luck to him if he doesn't come over there. I don't want to be glassed. AoE on the glass orb is a big one. Then again, there's no one over here to hurt me if I do get glassed. It's heading to where I was. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna need teleporters later, so why not? Just let myself get blown up. Pass some turns here. Man, I could, like, wrap this around the corner, even. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, take a step. Yeah, there it is. And before he does anything, because again, if he glasses me, he could just wail on me for a while. Now we just pass our turns while he gets roasted. No problems. I find items, they're most useful at the beginning and most useful at the end. In the middle, you largely won't need them too much. They're a great way to overcome the initial, like, oh, I'm not quite where I need to be yet moments in the early game. And they help you overcome those final hurdles toward the end, where it's like, oh, these guys are big and scary, and you're gonna see some big and scary friends. I don't want any of these, but real quick, we'll talk about another new thing. Sigils. So sigils literally start a spawner that spawns enemies, but they work for you. So we could have a rockworm, green slime, gray mushroom. Pretty nice stuff. If you find a good starting area, you could have a little stream of friends pouring out. Golden stopwatches pair very nicely with them. Word of ice or other things that slow enemies down. Excellent stuff. Reroll. Don't want any of that. Now, Robe of Fire, that could be in the ballpark of the kind of stuff that we're looking for. Robe of Fire. Fire spells and skills gain damage, and we get some resistance. We don't actually need much resistance, in all honesty, but a damage upgrade is not going to be missed. And the damage upgrade, again, we're doing 9 fire damage and 9 ice damage. If we upgrade the fire damage, it also upgrades the ice damage. So that's in our best interest to take anything that's going to pump it up, and we could always change it out later. It is a robe, which means it's going to take an actual slot. The chest slot. It's a chest. I may recall mentioning that the magic number we want is 7 for a 4-cost spell, and a 3-cost upgrade. Also, 3 spell point orbs. We hit the first step up in spell pointage. But if my math is correct, it's over now. We've already won. I'm going to land on it. So the next spell, and here's the big reveal. I'm going to click on enchantment. I'm going to click on lightning. My god, it's lightning form. You remember lightning form from How to Beat Rift Wizard Drunk with lightning? Things are different in 2. And lightning form is one of my favorite spells, and it has some of my favorite new changes to it. So let's get lightning form, and now let's discuss how lightning form has changed, because you're like, wait a minute. Fire? Lightning? What the hell's this guy on about? Lightning form, its upgrades. Lingering form lasts for 3 turns after you cast a lightning spell. That means you could mix and match with other stuff. It's no longer you need pure lightning for lightning form to work as well as it did. Crackling aura. In lightning form, deal 5 lightning damage to up to 4 enemies in a 5-tile radius each turn. Excellent. But we're here for this one. Fire form. It also works on fire spells. It also gives you 100 fire resist. We're going to take fire form. And now we're done with spells. Like, literally, I will take no more spells. You only get 1 upgrade per spell. They're both upgraded. So now, we pop lightning form. And we can now use Fan of Flames to teleport. But the thing is, when you teleport into a cone you're creating, you're at the edge of your cone or the middle point of your cone, it doesn't matter. What ends up happening is you convert your cone into a radius. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but given that it was something you could do in one, it means I don't think it'll ever change, which means that this is just how we're going to be moving around from now on. We teleport into an AoE explosion, and we channel it until the problems around us go away. Just like in real life. Channel into waiting for the problems to leave. We're also 100% immune to physical fire and lightning damage. This guy only does physical damage. He can't hurt us, which is why the swords are just kind of existing and dying. So we just teleport, blow up, move on. We only have the 14 casts left, so we're going to start walking here. Until we hit lightning form again. They can no longer hurt me, so they all just turn around and start leaving. But now, we have a bunch of people in our radius! Boom! It's a good way to clump them up, get them where you need them to be, and remove problems. Teleport over here, get the last spawner. We have one more lightning form cast, 11 more fans of flames. We just gotta chase people down. The more we can kill in one teleport, the better. Don't be afraid to, like, continuously cast it. Like, just keep channeling. Hope they walk back into the AoE. And good work. There's only 2, 4, 6 more guys. We have 8 more casts. As long as we're hitting like 2 or more per, we should be golden. Please come back. Please, sir. Please, don't do this to me. Oh no. I let it wear off. Editor's note. Chris did this on purpose, to lure them in. Because I would just like to get this over with. Bap. Boom. What we have here is essentially the end form of the run. In theory, but again, we're going to make this way bigger. Because it's not radius we want range. We're converting the range into a radius. So we just want to keep on picking up literally anything that's going to boost damage. For fire. Fire or sorcery. Those are the 2 categories that we can buff up with equipment. And we want to improve the range of anything that says fire or sorcery. And there's going to be a bunch of skills that are going to help us do that. I don't want any of this. Re-roll. I mean, actually, you know what? Rather than re-rolling this, we'll take the key. That way we have a better re-roll on the next floor. Looks like there's only the 3 spawners, and they're all on the bottom row. That's excellent. We're going to open up a fan of flames and not our fire form. That way we could lure things in again. Teleport. Begin exploding. If anyone moves you, it ruins it, by the way. You'll notice we're just pumping our fire pointlessly not into a big radius right now. Arcane orb. Arcane damage. That does hurt us. So let's, you know, move. The stupid mushrooms are going to keep heading toward us. That's fine, as long as we keep your eye over here. You don't want to press wait past turn once that goes away, because then you're going to just pointlessly be doing nothing. Move again. Alright, all the spawners are dealt with. All these mushrooms are coming from myco beasts, which is a bummer. They're not coming from spawners. So we want to, you know, remove them as quickly as we can. Keeping track of our number of casts. Still have 11. Just gonna keep taking advantage of channeling. But be careful. You don't want to get popped next to one of these guys. So, like, always keep a little space between you. The other really nice thing about this spell is because of how it works, we can teleport through walls. It's essentially like having blind casting. That's the window I was waiting for, right there. Come on, Myco Beast. Come on, baby, walk in. Yes! There's only 3 more Myco Beasts. We have 8 more casts. I have 3 mana potions. I'm honestly considering just, using one. Come on, Troublers. Yeah. Teleport, Troubler. Teleport. Come up here. Come on, buddy. Damn. Do I want to use the Oculus right now? It's probably better than using a potion. Yeah, let's pop it. Or do I? Like, we could use this Oculus to great effect later on. Yeah, I will just use a mana potion. Or will I even need to? Come on, spider. Oh, yeah. That Troubler just ruined everything. Alas, that is a mana potion we're gonna have to pop. Almost had them. But we'll be getting more casts as we go. Wow, mana potion for one guy. I probably could have been a little more careful. Could have lured people in. But that's okay. I didn't want to. Alright, orbs. Orbs are 25% damage boost. We could take Sorceress. That works for us. That's great. That's a damage upgrade. So I'm not even going to use the key. I'm just going to take a Sorceress Orb. We're at 5 spell points. So Fan of Flames is doing 12 damage thanks to our robe. We'll grab a Sorceress Orb. 25% damage up improvements. We're now up to 14. Unfortunately, because the robe is also doing a percentage upgrade, I don't think it calculates the way I want it to calculate. But it's okay. Once again, just channel. Teleport. So anything that moves you is bad, anything that freezes you is bad. We want to be very aware of those kind of things. Poison's not the worst thing in the world. But right now we're in a snowstorm. 50% chance to be frozen. So that is a great reason to move. So let's move. And we got frozen. See, this guy with his ice ball. He has a 7-turn cooldown, though, so we lightning form again. We teleport. We're gonna beeline it for his dumb phylactery. His soul jar, as the kids call it. Back in my day, liches called them phylacteries. I will lightning form here. And then... Sucker! Nice oh. That's fine. Like, we won't be teleporting, but we could just continue doing this. Is he just outside of my range? Come on now. We'll just channel. Normal casting for a little while. So lightning form is a lightning and enchantments. We really only need the 3 casts, but we'll probably get more of those as we go. Spells, don't want them. Don't need them. We could get a tome, so we get more lightning form casts, but again, we're probably not going to need it. Take a quick peek at the Summer Crown. After a certain number of turns, we'll summon fire spirits and fireflies. Whenever you cast a fire spell, your fire spells and skills gain 2 damage for 6 turns. Not the worst thing in the world, but we have a portal key, we're going to pop it. That gets us 3 more portals. Just a Ruby Heart, just a Ruby Heart. Banner of the Horde, Arcane Helm, not stuff we want. Reroll all 6 of them, and we hope we see something that will give us more range. Range. That's what I want. Alas, not seeing what I want to see. But we'll take a look at some of these things. Like, what's the Blaze Loom? Enchantment stuff. Not gonna help us. Damage dealt to enemies with blood. Nope. So no equipment here that really speaks to us. The Spark Loom. What's the Spark Loom? I feel like I know that one. Damage dealt with enchantment spells, automatically cast Lightning Bolt. Yep. So alas, not a lot of equipment here. We're just going to look for a floor that has something that speaks to us. I'm thinking a mana potion. Just so we don't have to worry about running out of mana potions. There is an ice wizard here, who they could almost certainly freeze us. So we're going to try and kill them fast. If we are indeed going here, and I'm thinking that's where we're going. Although another Oculus? Like, Oculuses are going to be really funny. And this is a super easy floor. Yeah, I think I'd rather get an Oculus. Alright, the first big thing for us in skill department. We're going to look for sorcery skills. Because Arch Sorcerer, that's a flat damage upgrade. It gets us more range. That's excellent. Echomancer, same spell twice in a row, you get a free charge of it. That essentially doubles. Well, not quite doubles, but for every 2 we get a bonus third. It's pretty good. It's a free 1/3 more casts, because we're going to be lightning forming and then only using Fan of Flames. But I think we're going to open up with Arch Sorcerer. We're going to take pretty much all of these except for Crystal Power. Like, we want Spell Sniper, 2 more range, Echomancer, free casts, Arch Sorcerer, power and range, and Disintegrator, free damage on everyone on the board, because we are only doing sorcery damage. Like, Fire is a type of sorcery spell over here. Fan of Flames, that's sorcery damage as fire. So all 4 of these are coming with us. We're going to take Arch Sorcerer to start. We're now doing 24 fire damage and 24 ice damage. We have 23 casts of it now. That is excellent stuff. I will start right here. Lightning form, but really fire form. And then, boom! Look at the size of it. Oh my god. Now, frogs have the power to move us, like physically move where we're standing. And that will mess up the AoE. But we have so many more casts now that it really doesn't matter. There goes Bird Wizard. He should have practiced Bird Law. He shouldn't have been wasting his time with this silly bird magic. And we just, again, you can see why we want to crank the range, because it turns directly into radius, and it gets real silly. Real silly. We want this to cover as much of the map as possible as we go. Man, if we get wing shoes, we could just, like, stand on pits even. Just teleport my way down there until we have eradicated all of the enemies. Oh, yeah! Incredible stuff. Ding, ding, ding. Only Ruby Hearts, reroll. Still looking for that good equipment. Snowshoes, Gnome Shoes, Kobold Clogs. Ruby Heart. Arcane Amplifier. We're only... Oh, redeal half of all your sorcery damage as arcane damage. For right now, that works great. That's just, again, nice 50% damage boost for us. We don't need that, and there's probably better stuff we could find, but for right now, that works for me. That dude can get bent. I saw him and I'm like, nah. Liches get stitches. Liches get stitches. Hate liches. Love them when they're my pets. Love them when I make them as my minions. Otherwise, those bastards can get bent. Look at these stupid little jerks that I can't kill because of their phylacteries. Oh, real shame about your stupid soul jars, guys. Ding, ding, ding. The nice thing about this build, and like this is the perfected form you're seeing right here. Like, just the two. Last time I did it, I had 3 spells. No, just 2. This is the ideal, or the platonic ideal of this build. And the nice thing about it is once you get these 2 upgraded and done with, every point you spend afterwards is on skills that are just straight up, like, immediately beneficial to you, and you feel the power increase. So I'm gonna take Disintegrator next. Yeah. We'll take that Arcane Amplifier, and we'll take a look at what's coming up. Dreamwalk. Nope, those are spells. Don't want them. Don't want them. I'm gonna reroll. So my system is, I will always look for the ideal piece of equipment, and if I don't see it, I will fall back on Ruby Hearts. So I only grow in health if I am not finding ideal equipment. I won't settle for like, that's alright. I'll take only significant damage upgrades. That way I have at least 200 health. And honestly, on Realm 10 at 200, we can ignore health from now on. We're going to have 225 by the end of this floor. We are more than healthy enough. Lightning form. And then, boom! So, now that we did one step there, just take a quick little peek up here. That one turn, 291 damage. And this is a great upgrade to the game here. Just having a nice idea of like exactly what happened in a turn. Fan of Flames, 122 damage. Disintegrator, that skill we took, 115 damage. Think about that. How phenomenal. If they had shields, the shields are gone. Disintegrator used to be a shrine, it's a skill now. Phenomenal skill. 100%. Always take it if you're using sorceries. And then that Arcane Amplifier wand. We got that 54 damage. We want to be more specific. We press M, and we could see the gnome blocked damage with a shield there, but then it took the ice damage afterwards. Fire damage, and then arcane damage, ice damage, arcane damage, fire damage, arcane damage, ice damage, arcane damage. It does fire, and then the arcane, and then ice, and then the arcane. It is awesome. So those redeals are nothing to sleep on. We're gonna go ahead and channel for a few turns, because everything on this stupid floor is healing every turn, which is just great. They also are all filled with imps? That's weird. See a doctor. So, as you are no doubt noticing, this build is awesome for a number of reasons. 1, you have teleportation early. 2, that teleportation is, for all intents and purposes, blind casting, because I am able to go through a wall, because Fan of Flames using the cone system, it means if you're pointing at a wall, you know, oh yeah, that's where the cone goes. But technically, I'm still able to target a point so that I can teleport to it. Blind casting teleporting. This is the best. Like, this is probably my de facto, like, this is a strong, easy to pilot build. There are other builds that are also incredible. Don't get me wrong, I've been having so much fun. And we've definitely put together a lot of very silly builds over at the Shake the Box stream. And I look forward to showing you those. On that channel. I'm not saying we're going to do all of them here. I will certainly be doing more Rift Wizard stuff on this channel too. But over here, you know, we like to do more thought out content, scripted stuff. I like this channel for that kind of content mostly, but I have a few other ideas coming up. If you like Caves of Cud, let me tell you, I have quite the intended plan for this summer. I hope you'll check it out. See, right here, electric stuff doesn't really help us with Lightning Form. If there were a book there, I might have taken it. We can get another damage upgrade here in the form of Fiery Orb for 25%. The dagger is just +3 damage. But at this point, we're doing 24 fire, 24 ice. And then we have the follow-up of 12 arcane for both of those. So 24 arcane as well. Like, that's still a nice upgrade, but I'm gonna re-roll because we could find something even better. Spells, ignore it. A portal key. Yeah, portal key with a ruby heart. God, we're gonna be healthy. But before I do that, if I go to sorcery, spell sniper, 2 more range. Oh yeah. Like this green circle, that is our radius right now for our explosions. We are redonkulous. We are starting to get into the upper half of the run, so we want to start being aware of enemies that could potentially be immune to both fire and ice. Like just half and 20, like 75%, we could still kill it. So that doesn't bother me none. No siree. Bang! Burr! Oh, someone froze me. Gotta pay attention. Let's not stand next to those ices. That's the kind of stuff, the only real things you need to be aware of, which is kind of funny to me. Oh yeah, just watching the fire go around the corner. God, he has a ranged attack even. Alright, that's the last ice guy. We're done. Nothing could stop us now. And I'm always happy when that happens. Like, seeing a mistake happen is nice in these games. That way you could also think to yourself, like, okay, so that's how you pivot after it happens, or like, that's how bad it could be. But I think if you follow the general system of like, oh yeah, there wasn't anything super impactful, I'll just take a ruby heart, you end up with a lot of health. But you don't need to worry too much. Is that a fiery disc right there? Discs are for radius? And that makes me excited initially, and then I have the follow-up thought of, oh, that's right. It's not radius we want. We want range. Range is what we're looking for. But what we have over here is even better. So, box of wizard caps. The caps also, like other items, follow a naming convention that makes it easy for you to immediately understand what you're looking at. Let's start from the top. Flame Dark. The hat will redeal fire damage as dark damage. Dark Star. It will redeal dark damage as arcane damage. Gold Force. It will redeal holy damage as physical damage. Flame Force, fire as physical. So this is the box of hats for us, let me tell you. I am already doing Fire, Ice, Arcane. Not gonna say no to getting a little dark in the mix. Some dark damage. However, we could go with physical. And that opens up another category for us because we're doing fire damage, physical damage. That's some chaos situation up there. We take this, there's some other fun we could look at. But the Dark Star cap. No, not Dark Star, sorry, the Flame Dark. Flame Dark, that red with purple is pretty nice. Not that we see it on the sprite. I would love to see like the sprite change with equipment. That's like a pie in the sky kind of thing for me. I would love to see that. I might take fire as physical. Physical damage is often prevented on a lot of enemy types, but that being said, it's still a nice damage type and it pairs well with a lot of skills that we might take. Fire, ice, arcane. I'm gonna take dark. Dark's a nice one. Yeah, some dark damage in there. Yet more damage. So let's just pop it off. And right there, Flame Dark Cap. Only 18 damage out of the 498 we did in that one turn. Man, just watching those ticks of damage go off is so fun. Hop over here. Managing to hit that Daugr around the corner. Warp over here. Not to mention, the more range, the further we can teleport. It's not just turning into a radius explosion, it's also like how we move around. Boop. And there they go, and then bang. Bang. 13 more casts. Boom! Alright, next up. You would think I'm going to take Echomancer. And you're right. We're done with the sorcery category. No more of these are necessary, so turn sorcery off. Let's look at fire. Fire Lord, 100% going to happen. That's going to be our next big damage boost. Doesn't give us any range. It's just unfortunate it does radius instead. Only gives you one more charge. But honestly, getting a flat 3 and then a 60% buff, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. And then, Starfire, which has been reworked recently in the beta. Whenever he takes fire damage, you deal that much arcane damage to 4 adjacent enemies. That's awesome. Prince of Ruin's not too bad right now, but we're only doing the fire part, but it's still more damage. But if we go to arcane, Crackle Void. That arcane damage into lightning damage. That's what's going to happen. So Starfire and Crackle Void are both on our list. Master of Space, 2 more range. That's going to happen as well. So we already know more of our skills. Oh, yeah. Like, just this is... You're done. But it's only going to get better from here. So what are we looking at? Some sigils, other stuff. Not for us. Not for us. Not for us either. Not for us. We have a key. Let's pop it. In general, pop your key before you reroll. That way you reroll all the circles and not just the 3. Just go for that max value. The Crackle Darkener. I want to do a run at some point with Crackle Darkener and then a hat that does dark into lightning, so you can get like mini little loops. That'd be very satisfying. But that's not the run for now. Or is it? Fire into dark. And then... Hold on, let me think about this. Let me think about it. Whenever enemy takes dark damage, deal that much lightning damage. We would need lightning into dark to really... No. It's not now. The time's not now. Let's do a reroll. Skills! You see, now we're getting into the second half of the run. And now you're getting skills for free. We don't want any of these, but... Oh, word speaker. If we had any words, I'd be super into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'm on one! I've never had that happen before. It appeared underneath me. Alright, so skills, Ruby Heart, Ruby Hearts, Ruby Hearts. Dark things, which won't help us, and then... Amulets of Emerald Flame. I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything for us either. Yeah, enchantments. But also, you're starting to see we're getting into the big boy range. Large idols are showing up. Well, I guess that means we're taking a Ruby Hearts, because none of these are going to be good for us. They don't do anything, in fact. A death dice, nothing, nothing. I mean, I'd rather have something than nothing, right? So we have a big boy. This is, we got 2 big boys. 100% immune to fire, but very weak to ice. Weak to fire, resistant to ice. That's very funny. Can anything here freeze us? Lightning, Void Beam. Doesn't freeze us. Greater Spore. Freezing units for 2 turns. So Winterbringer is kind of a problem. His range may outstrip our range. Yeah, you see, that's a problem. And at 2,000 health, that would be a rough one for us. Still perfectly doable, in all honesty. Because he's doing ice damage, we only take 25. We take 75% of that. So we're not going to take 14. We're only going to take, what, like 4? No. We'll take 10 damage. We block like 4-ish of it. In that ballpark. So that's probably not the most ideal fight for us. I guess we'll go over here. This, on the other hand, this looks very fun. In that nothing could even begin to stand against us. Like, Twilight Wizard might be the most dangerous thing for us right now. So I'm gonna start right here. Lightning form it up. And then just blow up. Blow up. We're hitting most of the level. That is disgusting. That guy reincarnated. He's like, this sucks. I wish I wasn't reincarnated. He's trying to protect them. He can't. He can't stop what's happening. Oh, you guys are immortal. He gets to reincarnate again. Good for him. He gets to die 3 times, not just once. Oh, yeah. Gross. That's what that is. Fire Lord! So right now we're doing what? 24 damage? Grab Fire Lord. Say hello to 40 damage. But again, you gotta remember, it's 40 fire, followed by 40 ice, followed by 40 arcane, followed by... we're doing dark now. Redeal half of all sorcery damage as arcane. Only the fire part's coming out, so we're doing 20 dark damage as well. 2, 4, 5 memory orbs now, baby! Blaze Rip. Portal Key. I mean, Portal Key is very tempting. Yeah, instead of re-rolling now, I'll grab the Portal Key and then re-roll. Lightning Form. People are moving me around. I don't care for that. So we're not going to be channeling until all the starfish are dead and in the ground. Because they move us around, and I hate them. Like, on my lists of new least favorite enemies, starfish are up there. But now they're all dead, so it doesn't matter. Delightful. So in the fire department, we do want Starfire, and I think that might be it for fire. Like, we could grab some holy damage. We can get Prince of Ruin. But I might end it at Starfire and then move on into stuff like Master of Space. I might even, you know what? I'm gonna take Master of Space right now, because bigger is better. Oh my god, yes, yes! Like, if I'm standing over here, we are 1/4 of the map right now. That's how much of the map we could hit. If I stand, like, dead center of the map, look at that. That is disgusting. Disgusting in the best possible way. This is definitely a portal key popper. Flags are for number of summons, by the way. Still don't have any shoes. Reroll. Arcane Frenzy, Flaming Claw, the Fire Wand. Now a wand, again, kind of random. But it will involve fire magic. Fire spells and skills gain. Summon range, 50% more damage. So we would lose the Arcane Amplifier. But we're going to take that anyway in the form of Starfire. So I'm okay with that, because right now we're only doing half of our sorcery damage, so we're doing like 40 fire, we're getting 40 arcane. We can instead buff our damage by 50%, so we're replacing that extra arcane with fire, for the most part. The range, though, the range is what I'm after. So yeah, I'm all about that staff. I should have looked at... I didn't look at all the other... Oh my god. Sorry, I just got excited. Oh god. Things that could freeze me. 2-turn cooldown. 2-turn cooldown. He can't hit me yet, so... Lightning form. Yeah, good luck getting over here, you little bastards. Oh god, he's gonna get over here. 100% resistant to fire, 100% resistant to ice. What? He's a frost spew. Oh no. I wasn't careful. The rules! The rules! We're supposed to be careful about them. It's alright, we're gonna be fine. We'll disintegrate our way through most of the damage. Like I said, just disintegrate your way through them. Incredible. Incredible. Alright, well now that we did that, Starfire. It's adjacent enemies, which is all the better. Sorcerous Lens, that's range right there, baby! That's range! Yes! Take that immediately. I'll start down here. Well, actually, I'll start right next to the thing I want. The thing that gives me more range. And then spawn in the middle of the map, shall we? Where a bunch of stupid... goddamn ice ball ready jerks. God damn it, me. Are you on cooldown? Are you on cooldown? Oh yeah, they randomly teleport. So he's on cooldown, huh? Just channel it. You know, maybe don't channel it. Let's use our golden stopwatch. I'm sick and tired of this. It's only these 3 problems. Let's get their line of sight. He can't see me if I'm here. Can you see me? No, no, no. That's a problem. Sucker! I almost messed up there. Really? All you have to do in this game is look at the enemies and read the descriptions. And sometimes I become so assured of my power. So purely overconfident and filled with hubris that I forget to even do that. Stormcaller, Glittering Dance, nope. Hibernation, Inferno Engine. You know, let's just take a look at Inferno Engine real fast. Because that's a 6-cost weapon. Whenever you cast a fire spell, all your metallic allies... Nope, we don't have any metallic allies, so alas. These are 3 skills that won't benefit us. 3 skills that won't benefit us. And a pet. Well... I suppose we could take... Stormcaller... Yeah, Ice and Lightning. I mean, we are doing Lightning every once in a while. 3 times max. We'll take Inferno Engines. It's fire-related, and you never know. We might bump into a pet we'll take. I would feel bad for the pet, but, like, it could happen. We came here without looking at the enemies, because we're stupid. We're good. We're good. Letting these dudes wail on me. I got frozen because of who? You? Frozen. On cooldown, on cooldown, on... Not on cooldown. Oh. I really need to learn how to read. It would really benefit me, I think. Go on. Come on, guys. Try and walk up here. That's right. Man, it's a wave of ice fire just pouring out. Vengeance! It's a good thing I have all that health when I'm such a dummy. Alright, Inferno Engines, yes please. Flags. Winterlings. That's cold damage into dark damage? Whenever an enemy dies to ice or dark, deal 9 damage that type to someone in line of sight. The Source Winter. Ah, wing shoes, hello. We're wearing a chest piece, we're wearing a hat, we're wearing a staff. We're not wearing shoes. And that's one of the best shoes in the game. Not that it matters here, like on Realm 18, we're almost at the end here. More dudes that can freeze me. But now, I will be careful. I'm not just gonna confidently like, aha, come at me, scrub. Leap attack, huh? And I'm in line of sight of him? If I take a step up, gives me a chance to lightning form and begin my grim work. Translocator, you son of a bitch. You did it again. Yep. He was able to leap at me, but he can't freeze me, right? Nope. He's immortal, though, but, like, you know, have fun dying over and over again. Maybe I'll pop over here? Yeah, just 2 immortals that could barely hurt me. They could wail on me all they want. Alright, maybe not that much. Got him. Yeah, I'm down to 132. Take a little move. Love that they could go through walls. Oh, there's that dude turning everyone into skeletons up there. And slowly zapping my health. Yeah, I'll stand right here, thank you very much. Teach you a lesson. Oh, wasn't paying attention to my cast numbers. No. Pay attention to the numbers, dude. We have one job here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stupid bird. Only taking 50 damage. Very healthy bird. There we go. I was never worried. Alright, arcane skills. We want Crackle Void. Skills, arcane. So we got our Crackle Void. We got our Starfire. Spells and skills, number of targets, that doesn't help us. I believe we're done here in the Arcane Lands. We're done in Sorcery Lands. In Fire Lands. We could take Fiery Judgments and Prince of Ruin for 9. Fiery Judgments. Prince of Ruin. Look at that list of skills, baby. Delicious. Electric, Conjured, Golden, Enchanting, Sinister. None of those orbs help us. A Ruby Heart. Reroll. Red Majesty, Star Blesser. I'm not familiar with those. And now we're up to the bosses. We gotta fight Pope the Frog. If we come here. So don't want any of those. I guess that means we're coming here. Where we're gonna fight. Teleport. Oh my god. Everyone moves around randomly. All enemies gain shield, all enemies lose shield, teleport randomly, arcane damage. You know, maybe we say hi to Pope the Frog instead. Yeah. 30% of the target's health and redistributed amongst allies. Ugh. Only takes 700 at a time. 14,000? Oh, both these bosses suck. This one in particular. Enemies, we got Ghostly Phoenixes. Let's think about damage types, shall we? A little arcane damage, dark damage, fire damage we're immune to, physical damage we're immune to. Just 17 damage. Take resistance for 1 turn. 2 arcane, 2 dark. 9,000 health. These guys always suck. Oh, an arcane, a Void Phoenix. Weak to dark. Pretty sure we're gonna get moved around randomly, which is gonna be a frustrating experience, I'm sure. But we have a Chaos Spell as well. What if I spawn all the way up in the corner up here? Because I have wing shoes. I can fly. I don't care about this stuff. Chaos Spell. Let's just watch them. Not my problem down there. Once Chaos Spell wears off, that's when we'll rejoin the party. We got 8 turns. I don't need to worry about being involved yet. Dude's like, maybe I'm gonna head up there where that wizard's floating? It's fun when you're just like a little wizard in the void. Yeah, whatever. Not my problem. 4 more turns. Three more turns. 1 more turn. And... are they done being berserked? No, berserk 1 more turn. Alright, now it's time for me to engage my new friends. Boom! 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 Yeah, warp reality, see if I care. You're already dead. Yeah, Pope the Frog would have been way worse to fight. Largely because of that whole only 700 damage at a time. 3, 2, 1. Like, this is already kind of frustrating because of how healthy the birds are. They're only taking, like, 50 a pop. And they fly away. It's like, could you please just stick around? But the nice thing is, kind of like with the original Lightning Run, the intention is to kind of brute force your way through, despite the fact that you're only using a singular spell or category of spell. In this one, the idea is you brute force with just Fan of Flame, turning a level 2 spell into a game-winning spell. Like, that's the intent. I also want to do one around Magic Missile, a level 1 spell. But that's a little different. That's a little bit more like the original Lightning form run that we did. I'm very excited to kind of cobble that one together soon. Just hammer on the button until the ding. What am I gonna do with my spell points? Like, I don't need anything anymore. I guess let's look at it not in terms of categories. Let's just look at skills just together, right? A lot of these are familiar to you if you played the game before. How much lightning damage did we do? Fan of Flames did 22,000 damage. Crackle Void. That's the lightning part. 5,000 damage. You know, it doesn't say to a lightning spell, right? It just says if they die to lightning? Yeah, lightning damage. Someone else goes berserk. Maybe we take shock value as the last one. There's also fire, lightning, or physical damage. We're doing fire and lightning damage. We almost had physical, but I went with dark because I wanted to be different. Yeah, I think shock value might be the way to go here. Yeah, shock value. Yeah, I've talked myself into it. Shock value. Let's do it. Anyway, it's Mordred time. Shock value. I'm just gonna pop my bag of spikes for funsies. Just because I want to show off another feature of 2. You may notice no one went bye-bye. That's right. No longer does Mordred cause your conjured units to disappear when he shuffles the level. They last through it, which is excellent. Anyway, this is going to be a cakewalk. Mordred, my friend, please, fight back. Come on, buddy, fight. Fight back, Mordred. You're so close to me, you could touch me. No, I'm just kidding, I'm gonna move. Someone swapped my position, which of course messes up our... Like, we're doing a cone, but we do a cone at Mordred. Someone froze me? But he's on cooldown, right? Yeah. Bip. You... bastard. Absolute bastard. But on cooldown, right? No one... Oh, sleep touch. The one possible problem I could run into is pop a death dice. Bing. Bong! Wide berth for anyone that could potentially put me to sleep. Channel that for a turn because we could do a lot of damage by killing enemies. Don't forget, we kill something, We're sending out lightning. We're disintegrating. So it's in our best interest to hit all kinds of people. But at this point, it's pretty much over. He's on his last reincarnation right now. That's how quickly you win with this build. Bang. 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 Or just like, I gotta touch him. I gotta touch that guy. I gotta do that. Oh, he's dead. It's as simple as that. 2 spells. Really, 1 spell, 1 enchantment. The dark wizard Mordred is slain. His beasts have been broken and made tame. The beauty of Avalon will be built again. Your soul is permitted to sleep and dream once more. And that's Rift Wizard 2. I know it's a little weird to like, hey, let's look at old spells from the first game. But honestly, I find that to be an interesting and an informative way to kind of look at and understand the sequel, because it's Fan of Flames, but with one key change to it with Fan of Frostfire, and it's lightning form, but with one key change, fire form, to make a run where you're using lightning form and no lightning spells, and you're using Fan of Flames, a cone spell, to do an AoE teleporting explosion. I call this the Be the Bomb run, because you're essentially a living bomb. You teleport, you explode until they're all dead, and you move on to the next target. You use equipment to buff the range, buff the damage, give you advantage on terrain, redistribute the damage in different types and other effects, and you focus on impactful skills, including skills that used to be shrines. Like Disintegrator, Echomancer, like these are things you used to be able to find as a shrine, but now they are skills and they are so much more valuable this way. I really like Rift Wizard 2, and I hope you enjoyed your step-by-step guide on how to be a living bomb, as well as an introduction to the early access experience that is Rift Wizard 2. Damage to the wizard. Mordred shot me a few times, but who cares? So our damage was mostly Fan of Flames, Prince of Ruin, a late addition, coming in number 2, Fiery Judgment, number 3, Disintegrator, basically tied. Like, these 3 doing fantastic work. Our hat barely coming in, but it did something. You know, it did something. And there you go. We didn't really talk about any of the new spells, but just know they're very cool, and I look forward to seeing more of them. And I will feature some of the new spells in other videos. But first, I'm probably gonna work on like a little short like introduction to Rift Wizard 2 video at some point. And I want to do some Evolution in Motion videos, like talking about it as it goes through early access. So we'll make a first video to talk about what it is now, like how it started, and then we'll kind of journey with it as it evolves and changes through early access. A little journal of the game's development, almost. But if you are enjoying Rift Wizard 2, or if you haven't played it yet but you like the first game, let me know down below what you think of it. Or if you're excited, what kind of changes you want to see. That's a big thing for me, is this game, it's in early access, and the way early access is working for the game is essentially, it's the first game with a major, like, I don't know what word to use here, the major mechanic changes. You know, shrines are gone, memory orbs are gone, the ramping of spell orbs is set in stone now, and it's equipment with singular upgrades to your spells. Like, that's the core changes. So where does it go from here? Like, what kind of features do you want to see in the game? That's what I'm thinking of myself. Like I said, I would love to see sprites alter on your character based on the equipment you take. Like, I took this hat, let me see that hat on there. I took this wands, let me see that wands. Took those shoes, probably don't need to worry about the shoes, but I want to see, like, I want to see the robe, I want to see the hat, I want to see the wand. I want to see those changes happen. I wouldn't be opposed to like trinkets over there, but that might be too busy. But at the very least, the 4 slots, wand, hat, cape, shoes, would love to see those represented on the sprites. I know Dylan White, the developer, has said that the end goal for this is like what we have right now, double the content, like essentially twice as many spells and skills over the course of its early access. We have essentially the little wee baby version. Like from here, where you could expect a lot of updates, a lot of changes, a lot of additions. Which is why I want to know, well, what are you looking forward to? You got ideas for spells? You got ideas for categories of spells, whole schools of magic? What kind of equipment maybe you're looking for? You let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's other kinds of runs you would like to see here on the main channel. And again, if you're looking for all kinds of runs I've already done, check out these videos. They're on the screen right now, I assume. I've done all kinds of runs over on the VOD channel. Anyway, I've been Chris. I hope you have yourself a good day, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, bell, worship the moon or sun at your leisure. Okay, bye, I love you.